change the way you think about pain out May 26th. And I was telling you kind of before we hit record here that, growing up in the 90s, listening to Snapcase and Earth Crisis and Old Hate Breed and all that stuff, like as soon as I hit play on this record, man, I was totally taken aback, and I absolutely love it, man.
Thank you. And that's, the reference points that you named is definitely, where we've always drawn from as a band. So it's cool to hear that you're picking up on that.
So let's before we dive too much into the record, let's hit that, man. What did you kind of grow up listening to? Where are you getting these influences from?
Sure, yeah. So I'm from Long Island, New York, and I've always kind of really taken a lot of pride in Long Island hardcore and New York hardcore specifically. I started going to shows in like the very late 90s, like 98, 99 or so. That's kind of like, that was kind of like my entry point. A lot of the big Victory record stuff is really kind of like what drew me in and was available to me and got me looking for more. Like you mentioned, Earth Crisis, Snapcase, Strife, Integrity. Those are all big for me. And then, things that were a little more local to me. Vision of Disorder was a huge one from Long Island. Indecision was another huge one from kind of like the New York area, and they would play Long Island a lot. So yeah, kind of like that combination is the stuff that really kind of drew me in, and is a lot of the stuff that I still think kind of influences the sound that Incendiary is bringing now.
You brought up Victory Records there, man, and I hate the way it kind of ended with a lot of those bands, because Victory for a long time was, I grew up listening to metal, and if it had Roadrunner records on it, you knew that was going to be a good record. And,
yep.
and if it was a hardcore band and it was signed by Victory, you're like, oh man, I have to get this and check this out, man. I do hate that Victory kind of went the way it did, but there for a while, dude, if you were a Victory Records band, it was a good time.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, like, I know exactly what you mean. I would buy literally anything that had the Victory logo record, Victory Records logo on it, sight unseen. Before, I mean, they were also they did a great job as a label getting this stuff into stores. Yeah. Like, I'm from the suburbs, middle of Long Island. Like, I wasn't born with a Minor Threat 7-inch. Like, I have to be able to find something at the mall that's going to like start that journey. Right. And they were able to kind of get those records in places where, kids like me could find it at that time.